involved, people that are involved. So it is interesting because when you go into, this is a simple case, very simple case. When you go into a much more difficult case, then you find it takes about 2-3 blackboards. We take that whole wall to cover the possibility of people that are affected by it. Yes.
Do you need the cooperation or the agreement to do this for each of those people in the couple?
The question has come up if I needed the cooperation or agreement of the persons involved. No, not at all. Because all the people that we're working with, we've never met, we've never communicated at all. But the name is the link. The name is the link. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you need the agreement of their Aumakuas?
This is a very interesting question. Do we need the agreement of the Aumakua? I say yes, definitely yes. Now, for example, I'm going to work on you. This is why you must clear yourself up with the Divine Creator and the Aumakuas, of his family, relatives, ancestors. So when you do that, you're clearing yourself with them. Then you're able to go into this. So with the professor, he had to clear himself up with all of the Aumakuas, relatives of this young man, also of the girl. This is very important for us. And to me, it's so significant. Just erase.
Let's say you're doing a past life memory. Do you have to get the permission of all the Aumakuas, of everyone involved in the past life too?
Well, the point is, we are supposing, the question said, do we have to have the approval of all the Aumakuas in past incarnations? Well, supposing I had a flashlight and I sent the beam out to the door. It's passing through many frequencies out through the door. Anything within that scope of light will be receiving my approval. I'll receive the approval. But it's only going to draw that specific aspect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Can you help someone without them asking you to? Because wouldn't that be interfering with free will?
No, this is why you're talking to the Aumakua of that person. Allow me to. See, you must have the permission of the Aumakua of that person. It's not an invasion because in the field of healing, that's the first thing you do because they're very happy that you're concerned, that you're helping them. However, get the clearance from them so that you have your ticket to pass through, your approval.
Everybody wouldn't know when they had their ticket. I'm sure I wouldn't.
Well, no, in doing this process, you automatically get an okay. Like in the field of therapy, massage, or any of that, I do not touch a person without clearing myself with the high self and the Aumakua of that person. And I never let anybody touch me for therapy unless they have cleared themselves with my Aumakuas and my high self. Because you are in a universe of your own, and I respect you for what you are. So to penetrate through and say, I'm going to massage you, I'm invading your universe. And maybe at that particular time that my vibration, I've come with so many things with me, I'm pouring it into that person. So if that person is a sacred person as I feel he is, or I am a sacred person, I must also treat him likewise. So in the Hawaiian healing, there are many, many disciplines. Discipline is the idea to make yourself that instrument that is worthy of helping another. But you've got so many hang-ups and so many problems, it makes it difficult. There are detriments. So that's why we do the Ho'oponopono to clear the garbage and then makes it easier, even though we're not able to heal, but we're able to open the door so that the practitioner, the doctor, the nurses are able to care for that person, minus all the garbage that has been accumulated. It opens the door. And I have been called to the hospitals to to talk to some of these patients that are dying, terminal cases particularly, who are in deep pain. So just doing the Ho'oponopono alone actually releases that tension, and you find that when they lie down and they smile, they pass away in a very happy situation. In other words, we are preparing them. So when we do the Ho'oponopono or last rites prior to their passing over, you find it's very easy for that person to pass over, because the Hawaiians believe that the soul remains over the body for about 3 days. We say 3. Today's laws require the immediate work on a patient. Well, in order to do this, the nurses, this is what I'm teaching the nurses. I gave the course last Friday, and they were just ecstatic over it, because they will be able to help those souls that are wandering around in the hospital. The beds would shake, tilt back and forth. There's nobody in the bed. It scares the nurses. There's a fellow that goes up and down in the elevator, and they know he's a spirit, but you couldn't get him out of the elevator. And a patient was had just been admitted into the room, and as she's sitting there, she noticed this Filipino man sitting in the corner at a chair. So she evidently was a clairvoyant, because she talked to the man. She said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I'm so tired and exhausted." And he said, "You know, I passed on at 9 o'clock, but I'm down, my body is downstairs, and I don't know where to go, so I've come back to my room to sit." So the woman pressed the buzzer and called the nurse. "Will you kindly take me and move me to another room to allow this gentleman to have his last rest on the bed until he's prepared to go to the mortuary?" So these are type of experiences many of the nurses are getting. And so we're able to go into that. Walking on the grounds in this hospital yard was a parking lot. So I walked there and I stopped, and I saw this man curled up, all twisted. So the executive said, "What is the matter?" I said, "There's a man that died here and he's still stuck here." He said, "It's interesting because the old age home was right next door, and there were a lot of plants around there, and the old man must have gotten out, and they looked for him, couldn't find him. But the gardener found him 5 days later, right where the hedge, where he is, all curled up, tangled up in this hedge, and died. So the aka cord is still there. What we need to do is cut it to release him." So this is the function of your Ho'oponopono, is to release, to cut all of these ties. I'd like to, I'm sure that whoever, this particular party wouldn't mind my bringing this case up. Case number 1. This person, 2 young men, driving on a motorcycle at night.